जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Monday. It is 11th of November. Kartika Masa, Damodara Masa, Shukla Paksham, and Dasimi Tithi. So there are no Vaishnava events today, but tomorrow it is Ekadasi, Uttana Ekadasi. And starting from tomorrow, it is the Bhishma Panchaka also starts. And some devotees, they fast from all kinds of grains. They only take only Ekadasi Prasadam, who are observing it. And but for the very strict followers, again there is further restrictions as well. But that is going to start from tomorrow. So just in case if devotees wanted to do more austerities, that is there. So next 5 days, Bhishma Panchaka, if one has not done anything, this spiritual activities throughout the year, Kartika month is the best to perform. Out of Kartika month also, if he has not done all this, the last 5 days are Bhishma Panchaka, more effective. So devotees, they perform these severe austerities in these 5 days. Generally, they take the Ekadashi Prasadam for in this country especially. But the first day eating gomaya and milk products, those things are not that much easily executable here in this country. So yes, so that is. But for today, there are no events. We shall quickly move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Sukadeva Goswami speaking to Parikshit Maharaj about Lord Brahma in the beginning of the creation. So as soon as he came out from the lotus flower, so he was searching for the um, who is behind this lotus flower. Is there what is the source for this lotus flower? But when he went and he could not find the source of it, and he returned back by the time. So he has heard the two letters tapa and the 2 times, and then he returned back and sit in the lotus flower, and then he was engaged in the tapasya. So thinking that that is the only for his benefit. So निशिम्य तद्भक्तुर्जिदृक्षयादिशो विलोक्य तत्र अन्यद् अपश्यमानः स्वदिष्ण्यमास्ताय विमृश्य तद्हितं तपसि स्वादिष्ट इवाददे मनः. So because he could not see any person there, he could only hear the sound vibrations. He think that only the tapasya is only for tadhitam, vimrushya tadhitam. That is the only auspiciousness and favorable to him. In such a way, tapasya upadista ivadadhe manaha. He engaged himself in the tapasya. So later on, Sukadeva Goswami is saying how long this Brahma has performed austerities and what he did. And then likewise, Sukadeva Goswami is saying that he did for 1,000 divya years of demigods. Divya years means 1,000 years of 1,000 divine years, which are of the demigods calculation. In such a way, when he was doing, he has controlled all his senses, karanendriyas and jnanendriyas and everything. In such a way, he became the most master of all the um, tapasvis. Tapasvis in the sense who are performing these austerities, tapas. Out of those things, so he became the a great tapasvi. So likewise, Sukadeva Goswami saying to Parikshit. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 9, verse number 8. दिव्यं सहस्राब्धम् अमोघदर्शनो जितानिलात्मा विजित उपयेन्द्रियः अतप्यतस्म अखिललोकतापनं तपः तपीयां तपतां समाहितः दिव्यं सहस्राब्धम्, and Divyam is pertaining to the demigods in the higher planets. Divyam Sahasra of 1000 Abdham is years, 1000 years, Sahasrabdham of demigods calculation. Amoga Darshano, Amoga is the spotless, without tinge of impurity. Darshano, one who has such a vision of life. Amoga Darshano. Divyam Sahasrabdham, Amoga Darshano. Jitanilatma Vijita Upayendriyaha. Jita Anilatma. So he has controlled Anila Atma, his life and mind. Jita Anilatma, Vijita Upayendriyaha, by controlling over. And what he did? Vijita Upayendriyaha, both the Indriyas. One is the Jnanendriyas, where he acquires all the knowledge. These are the five, the eyes, ears, those are the Jnanendriyas, and Karanendriyas like hands, legs, genital rectum, and then mouth. These are the five Karanendriyas. Jita Anilatma, Vijita Upayendriyaha. He has controlled all his senses. And then Atapyatasma Akilokatapanam. And he executed Atapyata. He executed this penance sma in the past. Akila Loka Tapanam. So all Akila Loka is the all planets. Tapanam. It is enlightening. And then Tapas Tapiyam Tapatam Samahitaham. So Tapaha is the penance, Tapiyams. So extremely hard penance, Tapiyams, and then Tapatam of all the executors of the penances, Samahitaha, and he situated like that. So he is the greatest tapasvi out of all the executors of the penances. Brahma is the most. Okay, so he has been having most experienced person in performing the tapasya. So Divyam Sahasrabdham Amoga Darshino Jitanilapma Vijita Ubhayendriyaha Atapyadasma Akiriloka Tapadam Tapaha Tapiyam Tapatam Samahitaha. The translation for this verse. Lord Brahma underwent penances for 1000 years by the calculations of the demigods. He heard this transcendental vibration from the sky and he accepted it as divine. Thus, he controlled his mind and senses, and the penance he executed were a great lesson for the living entities. Thus, he is known as the greatest of all ascetics. And purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Can I request any voluntary devotees to read this purport, please? We got
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
yes, Mother. Go ahead.
Purport by Divine Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Brahma heard the occult sound tapa, but he did not see the person who vibrated the sound, and still he accepted the instruction as beneficial for him, and therefore he engaged himself in meditation for 1000 celestial years. One celestial year is equal to 6 into 30 into 12 into 1000 of our years. His acceptance of the sound was due to his pure vision of the absolute nature of the Lord. And due to his correct vision, he made no distinction between the Lord and the Lord's instruction. There is no difference between the Lord and sound vibration coming from him, even though he is not personally present. The best way of understanding is to accept such divine instruction, and Brahma, the prime spiritual master of everyone, is the living example of this process of receiving transcendental knowledge. The potency of transcendental sound is never minimized because the vibrator is apparently absent. Therefore, Srimad-Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita or any revealed scripture in the world is never to be accepted as an ordinary mundane sound without transcendental potency. One has to receive the transcendental sound from the right source, accept it as a reality and prosecute the direction without hesitation. The secret of success is to receive the sound from the right source of a bona fide spiritual master. Mundane manufactured sound has no potency, and as such, seemingly transcendental sound received from an unauthorized person also has no potency. One should be qualified enough to uh, discern such transcendental potency, and either by discriminating or by fortunate chance, if one is able to receive the transcendental sound from the bona fide spiritual master, his path is liberated, his path of liberation is guaranteed. The disciple, however, must be ready to execute the order of the bona fide spiritual master as Lord Brahma executed the instruction of his spiritual master, the Lord himself. Following the order of the bona fide spiritual master is the only duty of the disciple, and this completely faithful execution of the order of the bona fide spiritual master is the secret of success. Lord Brahma controlled his two grades of senses by means of sense perception and sense organs because he had to engage such senses in the execution of the order of the Lord. Therefore, controlling the senses means engaging them in the transcendental service of the Lord. The Lord's order descends in disciplic succession through the bona fide spiritual master, and thus execution of the order of the bona fide spiritual master is factual control of the senses. Such execution of penance in full faith and sincerity made Brahmaji so powerful that he became the creator of the universe. And because he was able to attain such power, he is called the best among all the tapasvis. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So here in this purport, Prabhupada is explaining the divine years. So as soon as Lord Brahma, he has heard about these two words tapasya, and then he performed immediately, taking that it is beneficial for him. So divine, one celestial year is year equal to 6 cross 30 cross. So I think one Uttarayana Dakshinayana, 1 year contains Uttarayana Dakshinayana of manual. That is 6 months Uttarayana, 6 months Dakshinayana. So if we take Uttarayana is the daytime for the demigods. So let us take if it is 6 months of our time, and then likewise they have got 30 days and like that 12 months and a thousand of those years. That many years Brahma has performed this tapasya. So here it is mentioned Divya years, and let in the third canto, in the chapter 8, there whenever Brahma has he came from the lotus flower at the time, there it is mentioned 100 of his years. So likewise, they're also mentioned. So, but here we take this one as a demigod's calculation. But anyway, but he has performed tapasya greater than anyone else. So here, he acceptance of the sound was due to his pure vision of the absolute nature of the Lord. And due to this, his correct vision, he made no distinction between the Lord and the Lord's instruction. So this is the uh, Krishna is the absolute, the supreme personality of Godhead is the absolute. There is no difference between his name, form, qualities, and the sound vibration. That's why here it is mentioned Brahma with a clear vision, correct vision, that is Amoga Darshanu. And so that's why he made no distinction between the Lord and the Lord's instruction. Because it is a tadhitam, only for his benefit purpose. There is no difference between the Lord and sound vibration coming from him. Even the Bhagavan Shabda Gocharaha Sattum Vishtabhyavirijam Swanamno Mrudin Rushaha Yatra Chadhyapamanaste Bhagavan Shabda Gochara. He is always in his Vaikuntha planets, Goloka planet. So, but here we can understand him through the sound vibrations. And here, so even though he is not personally present, his sound is here. That is the all our Vedas, Shrutis, the Smritis, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad-Bhagavatam. These are all the sound representation of the Lord. The best way of understanding is to accept such divine instructions, and Brahma, the prime spiritual master of everyone, is the living examples of this process of receiving transcendental knowledge. Living examples is our Guru Parampara. So we get the knowledge from the spiritual masters. So, and he receives from his spiritual masters. This is the existing process. It will continue forever. The potency, and here again, this is Sanatana Dharma. Sanatanastvam. Uh, Arjuna mentions that Lord Krishna is the protector of Sanatana Dharma. So it doesn't matter, even though we are seeing so many things are happening, why something is happening here, and but here under the divine supervision, everything is happening. We should not think that this is not right, this is not right like that, but everything going because everyone has got individual desires. So in order to fulfill all of their desires and their karmic reactions, again, this we see so much of the world is the polluted and the demonic life. But still there is a duty for the devotees to spread the word of Krishna. Okay, so and then further, the potency of the transcendental sound is never minimized because the vibrator is apparently absent. So if we see, even though the person is there, but there is no sound coming from it, from a person, we don't understand, we don't give any value to that person, whatever it is the beauty. But here, but even the person is there and we are hearing the sound, that is what it means to us, then we understand. So generally, the sound is the more prominent than, for example, if you are watching any television, if the sound is not coming, we don't watch it at all. So this sound is very prominent in this universe. So of course, this universe has come emanated and started created from the sound itself. And therefore, Srimad-Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita or any revealed scripture in the world is never to be accepted as an ordinary mundane sound without transcendental potency. So each scripture has got a potency in it. Okay, and for that Prabhupada is explaining one has to receive this transcendental sound from the right source. Whenever disciple is receiving these mantras from the spiritual master reveals this mantra generally in the ears. So secretly, for example, in the Gayatri mantra is being spoken, he spoke very secretly in the ears, giving the sacred thread. Of course, in our day to day, when we are receiving our initiations, this is Hare Krishna Maha Mantra from the spiritual master, it is open secret. And here, accept it as a reality and prosecute the direction without hesitation. So, the secret of success is to receive the sound from the right source of bona fide spiritual master. So sometimes we hesitate whether we need to do it or not, whether though so many years are passing, we still remain without taking the initiations from the spiritual master. We have got it out whether we would be able to execute or not. But we should not wait for anything. We should take the instructions. We are already carrying out some of the duties. So we are ready and render this. A spiritual master would not give any instructions which cannot be executed by a disciple, which is not possible for disciple to be executed. Such kind of instructions, spiritual master does not give. So first he will say follow the regulative principles and chant 16 rounds every day. That is the only thing he would give initially. But when we are ready, later on, he may, based on the condition of the disciple, he will give further instructions. So we should not wait that, oh, whether I would be able to do it or not, like that. And then the secret of success is to receive the sound from the right source of the bona fide spiritual master. And then mundane manufactured sound has no potency and as such seemingly transcendental sound received from an unauthorized person and has no potency at all. This is like when we are receiving mantra without any sampradaya, with sampradaya vihina te mantram nishpalam mataha. That palam, that mantram does not have any potency if it is the unauthorized person, if he is not coming from the bona fide sampradaya. So one should be qualified enough to discern such transcendental potency, and either by discriminating or fortunate chance, if one is able to receive the transcendental sound from the bona fide spiritual master, his path of liberation is guaranteed. So that is, we have to align ourselves into the one of the four sampradayas, authorized sampradayas. Then one's liberation is guaranteed. Free liberation means free from the material clutches, first of all. And then after that, devotional service it progress. Devotion. This is Brahma Bhutah Prasannatma na socheti na kamkshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. A person who is liberated, for him devotional service to Krishna will be starting. Of course, if we take the devotional service in the beginning itself, then gradually these karmic activities will burn to ashes. So the disciple, however, must be ready to execute the order of the bona fide spiritual master as Lord Brahma executed the instruction of his spiritual master, the Lord himself. So it is the Brahma is a kind of a pramana for every one of us. We are in the same lineage, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya. Of course, everyone has got one spiritual master. Some people follow Rudra, some people follow Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi always renders service to Krishna and Kumara Sampradaya. So likewise, so following the order of bona fide spiritual master is only duty of the disciple. That is the only duty. And this completely faithful execution of the order of the bona fide spiritual master is the secret of success. This is the secret of the success. Of course, it is open secret, but people they do not directly recognize it. Oh, this person is doing very nicely. But it is open secret is just follow the instruction of the bona fide spiritual master. As simple as that. And Lord Brahma controlled his two grades of senses by means of sense perception and sense organs. This is Tani Samyamya Sarvani युक्त आसीत् मत्परः वशे हि यस्य इंद्रियाणि तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. Krishna says that um, तानि सर्वाणि संयम्य युक्त आसीत् मत्परः. Whoever is engaged in the devotional service, yukta asita matparaha, and only to Supreme Personality of Godhead, he can vashehi yasya indriyani, he can bring all of his senses into his control. That he is called tasya prajna pratisthitaha. And he gives the example also, यदा संहरते चायं कूर्मोऽङ्गनीव सर्वशः इन्द्रियाणि इन्द्रियार्थेभ्यः तस्य प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठिता. And इन्द्रियाणां हि चरतां यन्मनो अनुविधीयते तस्यां तस्यां हरन्ति तस्यां हरन्ति प्रज्ञां vayurnavam ivambhasi. So, but this indriyas, even though one of the senses, it is not controlled. Just a boat in the ocean, it is forcibly moved by the wind, the strong wind. Likewise, one will be disturbed. So there always needs to be controlled. That's why Krishna says, Tasmad Mahabhaho. When you have to control, this is the only to be done. Indriyan Indriyadebhyaha tasya prajna pratisthai. One has to control the senses. And then once he controls these senses by completely free from raga dvesh vimuktaistu vishyan indriyesharan, then what happens? Once he controls all his senses and bringing him from all kinds of material entanglements, and vashehi atma vasehi videyatma, he will also control his atma vasehi videyatma prasadam adhigacchati, and that means he would attain that perfection soon. Prasadam, the mercy of the Lord. So controlling the senses, karanendriyas and jnanendriyas, always thinking of the Supreme Lord. Yukta sita matparaha. And just example is the Savai Ambaresh Maharaj Savai Man Krishna Padaravindayoho Vacham Sivaikunta Gunano Varnane Srotram Chak Karo Harehe Mandira Madhyanaadishu Srutim Chakaratyuta Satkatodaya. There are furthermore very beautiful verses are there, the beautiful examples. We also experience this one in our day-to-day life when we are in the devotional service. The senses will come into our control, mind will come into, of course, mind will still be some, it will create some kind of disturbances, but still, we are, as long as in the devotional service, we don't speak of anything else. So this is just engaging in the just yukta asit matparaha, he will become uh, transcend into this senses and everything else. Lord's order descends in the disciplined section through the bona fide spiritual master, and thus execution of the order of the bona fide spiritual master is factual and control of the senses. This is also one more secret. By executing the order of spiritual master, he can bring the senses into his control. This sense control is very difficult. Nirvignanitram bhuman asad indriya darshanat. Devabhuti Mother says to Kapil Bhagavan, saying that, oh my dear Lord, Nirvignanitram bhuman asad indriyam darshanat papanandam. So she mentions that I am disturbed by these senses very much. So I am now surrendered unto you. Please help me. Likewise, she teaches. So controlling the senses is acknowledging is very important first. Finding the problem is the important. And such execution of penance in full faith and in sincerity made Brahmaji so powerful that he became the creator of the universe. And because he was able to attain such power, he is called best among the tapasvis. So he lives for the truth parardas. Uh, यस्माद्भ्युमेमि अहम् अपि विपराध्यदिष्ण्यम् अध्यासलोक नमस्कृत अध्यासितः सकललोक नमस्कृतं यत् तेपे तपो बहुसवो अवर्त्समानः तस्मै नमो भगवते अधिमकाय तुभ्यम्. So he lives for the two paradas. Even though he has been engaging in the penance and everything else, he is tepe tapo bahusavo avarusumanaha, so many years. Tasmai namo bhagavate adimakayatubhyam. Adimakayatubhyam. The Lord is the enjoyer of all the sacrifices. I'm offering to that of my obeisances onto that supreme personality of Godhead. Likewise, Brahma became the tapasvis. Uh, So he is worshipable by all other tapasvis as well because he is the greatest of the tapasvis. Adhyasitah sakalaloka namaskuritam yet. But still, Brahma is offering his obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's why he is called best among the all the tapasvis. So likewise, Prabhupada is very beautifully explaining here in this purport. Okay, so here Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Divyam Sahasrabdham Amoga Darshino Jitanilatma Vijita Ubhayendriyaha Atapyadasma Akhilokatapanam Tapastapiyam Tapadam Samahitaha. So likewise, he engaged his in the penances. Later on, Lord also says that how he also carries out this creation, maintenance, and destruction just by the tapasya. Okay, so that is from Srimad-Bhagavatam. So we shall, now we are nearly at 7 o'clock. It is the time for Damodarastakam. So today Damodarastakam by Rohan Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Rohan Prabhuji. So when you are ready, kindly start this Damodarastakam, and I also request the devotees, if you are doing ghee lamp offerings, kindly turn on the videos.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yeah, thank you so much. So, should I start, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमामीश्वरं सच्चित् आनन्दरूपम् लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् यशोदाभियो लोकलाघवमानम् परां वृष्ट्याम् आत्यन्ततो धृतगोप्य रुदन्तं मुहुर्नेत्रं युग्मं व्रजन्तम् कराम्बोजयुग्मेन सतङ्कनेत्रम् मुहुश्वासकं पत्ररेखाककण्ठ स्थिताग्रैव दामोदरं भक्तिबद्धम् इति दृश्वलीलाभिरनन्दकुण्डे स्वघोषां निमज्जन्तम् आख्यापयन्तम् त्वदीयेषितजेनुभक्तैर्जिता त्वम् पुनः प्रेमास्तं सतवृत्तिवन्दे वरं देवमोक्षान्न मोक्षावधिं वा न चान्यं वृणेऽहं वरेसादपीह इदं ते वपूर्णत गोपालबालम् सदा मे मनस्य अविहसत्किमम् अन्ये इदं ते मुखाम्भोजम् अत्यन्तनीलै वृतं कुन्तलैस्निग्धरक्तैषगोप्य मुहुशुम्भितं बिम्बारक्ताधरं मे मनस्य अविरास्तम् आलं लक्षलाम्बे नमो देव दामोदर अनन्त विष्णु प्रसीद प्रभो दुःखजलाभिमाग्नम् कृपादृष्टिवृष्ट्यन्ति दीनां बतानु गृहानिश माम् आज्ञम् इद्याक्षिदृश्य कुबेरात्मजौ भद्रमृतै अयदत्व त्वया मुचितौ भक्तिभजौ कृतौ च तथा प्रेम भक्तिं स्वकामे प्रयच न मोक्षे ग्रहोमीस्ति दामोदरीह नमस्तेऽस्तु दाम्ने स्फुरतीप्तिदाम्ने त्वदीयो रया विश्वासदाम्ने नमो राधिकाय त्वदीया प्रियाय नमो नन्तलीलाय देवाय तोभ्य नमामीश्वरं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम् लसत्कुण्डलं गोकुले व्रजमानम् हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय राधा गोकुलानंद राधा गोकुलानंद श्री राधे। श्री दामोदर अष्टकम की जय। यशोदा दामोदर की जय। So translations. To the Supreme Lord, whose form is the embodiment of eternal existence, knowledge, and bliss, whose shark-shaped earrings are swinging to and fro, who is beautifully shining in the divine realm of Gokula, who I, due to the offense of breaking the pot of yogurt that his mother was churning into butter, and then stealing the butter that was kept hanging from a swing, is quickly running from the wooden grinding mortar in fear of Mother Yashoda, but who has been caught from behind by her who ran after him with greater speed. To that Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, I offer my humble obeisances. Seeing the whipping stick in his mother's hand, he is crying and rubbing his eyes again and again with his two lotus hands. His eyes are filled with fear, and a necklace of pearls around his neck, which is marked with three lines like a conch shell, is shaking because of his quick breathing due to crying. To the Supreme Lord Sri Damodara, whose belly is bound not with rope but his mother's pure love, I offer my humble obeisances. By such childhood pastimes as this, he is drowning the inhabitants of Gokula in pools of ecstasy and is revealing to those devotees who are absorbed in knowledge of his supreme majesty and opulence that he is only conquered by devotees whose pure love is imbued with intimacy and is free from all conceptions of awe and reverence. With great love, I again offer my obeisances to Lord Damodara hundreds and hundreds of times. O Lord, although you are able to give all kinds of benedictions, I do not pray to you for the boon of impersonal liberation, nor the highest liberation of eternal life in Vaikuntha, nor any other boon which may be obtained by executing the nine processes of bhakti. O Lord, I simply wish that this form of yours as Bal Gopala in Vrindavan may ever be manifest in my heart, for what is the use to me of any other boon besides this? O Lord, your lotus face, which is encircled by locks of soft black hair, tinged with red, is kissed again and again by Mother Yashoda, and your lips are reddish like the bimba fruit. May this beautiful vision of your lotus face be ever manifest in my heart. Thousands and thousands of other benedictions are of no use to me. O Supreme Lord, I offer my obeisances unto you. O Damodar, O Ananta, O Vishnu, O Master, O my Lord, be pleased upon me. By showering your glance of mercy upon me, deliver this poor ignorant fool who is immersed in an ocean of worldly sorrows and become visible to my eyes. O Lord Damodara, just as the two sons of Kuvera, Managriva and Nalakuvera, were delivered from the curse of Narada and made into great devotees by you in your form as a baby tied with rope to a wooden grinding mortar, in the same way, please give to me your own Prema Bhakti. I only long for this and have no desire for any kind of liberation. O Lord Damodara, I first of all offer my obeisances to the brilliantly effulgent robe which binds your belly. I then offer my obeisances to your belly, which is the abode of entire universe. I humbly bow down to your most beloved Srimati Radharani, and I offer all obeisances to you, the Supreme Lord, who displays unlimited pastimes. Shri Shri Yashoda Damodar ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Rohan Prabhuji. Very beautifully sung and read this Damodarastakam. And thank you so much, Rohan Prabhuji, Jaffna Kanya Mataji, Asha Mataji, for turning on the gill lamp offerings to the Lord. Okay, so that is from Damodarastakam. Thank you so much. Okay, so we shall back to the Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. So today it is related to Patita Buddharana, May 9th, 1970, Los Angeles. Can I request Gaurangi Mataji to read this letter, please?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
My dear Patita Udharana, please accept my blessing. I beg to acknowledge receipt of your letter dated 24th April 1970, along with the um, typical examples of heartburn agitation of Sri Isopanishad, and thank you so much for them. This bending work is so nicely made. You have done it very well, and I am completely satisfied. I very much appreciated your effort in our ISKCON Binderi. And if such bending is done, we will have sure success with our books. So you can bind our books in this way, and although it may go slowly just now, it is being done very nicely. Then in future you may be able to do our bending here instead of in Japan. You right to see that these are some nice typical examples of our bending work. So it is a great credit because these books any man would be proud to have. I beg to thank you once again for your kind appreciation and excellent work. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
Yes, Prabhuji. Everything I don't understand properly, but Prabhupada saying the Patita Udharana with the books he's selling or something else. Uh, he is happy to him with him. Then he sorry, he is very happy to with him, and he said everything is nice, and he also appreciated to that. I think that is a book sale or book something else. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. I
Hare.
cannot explain properly, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
You did very nicely, Mataji. Thank you so much. Nicely summarized. Any other comments, dear devotees, from this letter? Okay, so our books are is a treasure. In the ISKCON, all these books, whatever Prabhupada has given the purports, all our books, it is a treasure, Brahma Sampatyam. So here Prabhupada is saying that it is a great credit because these books any man would be proud to have. No other books, we might have come across so many books, but they don't have any potency at all because there is no austerity and penance. Like our devotees or our acharyas, Goswamis, they have given, it is not simply the writing books. There is behind that tapasya. Tapas, like Brahma has done that tapasya. Likewise, they have done tapasya as well. Prabhupada did day and night. He sleep only 2 hours in a day. In the night, he wakes up early in the morning. All his time in the written this compilation of books in the night, in the most before the Brahma Muhurta itself, at least 2 a.m. in the morning. So they are more potent, and where the Lord is dictating these the words. So that's why these books any man would be proud to have. Very beautiful books, and Prabhupada is appreciating binding such books is um, very nicely done, like appreciating that one, Patita Uddharana. instead of Japan. It may be done here in America itself. Okay, this is my takeaway point from this letter. Okay, and from the announcements point of view, so today evening we have got teachings of Lord Chaitanya at 8 p.m. and on Thursday we have, and I request dear devotees to allocate, if you are ready to attend in the morning at a short time, just to be allocated one letter or purport. If you just can I request if Asha Mataji, if you are happy to take one of those days. Some devotees allocated in days, but one devotee may be letter and another devotee purport. Likewise, we cover all the devotees equally. So some devotees are not yet allocated. If devotees are ready to take, they can take one of those days. Hangma Mataji, would you like to take any one of those days, Mataji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, may I know which days are available? I'm fine with any days, actually.
Would you like to take on Thursday, Mataji?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so maybe I would request either purport or letter on one day.
Purport or letter? Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. And Asha Mataji, would you like?
Do the purpose one.
Would you like to take any one of those days to read purport or letter?
Purpose. Any day. I don't mind any day.
Okay, so in that case, you can take it on Wednesday. So Wednesday is also allocated to Usha Mataji. So yourself, Usha Mataji, and Asha Mataji. One of you will take the purport and the letter.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
It doesn't seem to be working smoothly with the ones that are allocated. I wondered if we can be reminded sometimes that you're doing today, and can you be prepared? If not, they can let us know, and then we have somebody all ready to do it, because sometimes you have to wait and see if anybody will volunteer. I'm
Yeah.
just wondering if it can be a bit smoother and save time.
Yes, Mataji. Sometimes devotees, it may not be possible to come, maybe for other commitments in the mornings. So at that time, we may also use the unallocated devotees. Some devotees.
Yeah, sure, yeah. But it's often the case. So I wonder if they can let you know beforehand, or perhaps so we can allocate somebody in time. There'll be the odd case, of course. Yes, I understand that. But we should be all ready, because of the time constraints.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, yes, Mataji. Yeah, sure. We shall follow that one. Maybe if devotees are allocating to other, you can, if you are not available, then you can give it to other devotee, something like that.
Yes, allocate somebody else. And also, it will be nice to group together and form good relationship like that. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, so that is, of course, all days are mostly allocated. Sunday, Meena Mataji. But one devotee is allocated, other devotees also can take share. At least 14 devotees. And Prabhavati Mataji and Hemlata Mataji, they go on different shifts. So it may not, and also Sridhar Govindas Prabhuji, Debashish Prabhuji, they are very busy in the mornings. Could not commit for those days. So we give some few slots available, like in case if the devotees wanted to read it or participate in reading. So thank you so much, Mataji, for that advice. And Prabhavati Mataji, you want to say?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. It's very difficult for us to commit,
Yes.
every day. But yeah, I will try as much as I can whenever possible. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. And Rohan Prabhuji, thank you so much for joining. So I know you are joining Bhakti Riksha sessions.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thanks for this. Yeah, it was very blissful to see the all devotees. And yes, yeah, I'm glad for it.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's been a long time that we have you in our Sangha.
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
Okay, so, and
Yes, Prabhu, wonderful singing. Thank you, Hari Bol. Nice to have you, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Okay, that's all from the updates perspective. And dear devotees, if you have got anything on Krishna consciousness to share, kindly share. Otherwise, we shall conclude and continue with further japa.
Oh, Prabhu, about the Gayatri mantra.
Yes, Mataji.
If it's stated that it's a secret for individuals,
Yes.
how come it's the same mantra for everybody?
Yeah, that is the secret. Whenever Guru is speaking in the ear of the disciple, whenever during that initiation, second initiation, something like that, he speaks in the close to the ear. He speaks that mantra without anyone else hearing. That way, it is secret. Though it is everyone knows it, but that is kind of secret.
All right. So because it's told in that forum, in that private space.
Yes.
I got it, because I was always wondering, how can it be secret? We know it is the Gayatri mantra. Everybody knows it. But I see what you mean now. Okay. I thought everybody gets a different mantra. And then it's called Gayatri, so I was a bit confused.
Yes. And also there are different Gayatri mantras are also there. Like Kama Gayatri, and then different Gayatri mantra. I do not know much of knowledge on them, but yeah, morning one mantra, afternoon one mantra, evening one mantra is there. But we'll go into those details later on when we have got knowledge of those to speak. Thank you so much, Mataji. Okay, so we shall conclude. Vanchakalpatarubhyasya कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च
Patidana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Hare Krishna conscious day, everyone.
Hare Krishna.